It's a capital crime subject. It's a capital. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Look at Me confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as, well, masked to mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty. Masked to Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Masked to Mask was Look at Me's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict as an alibi. It works. Almost, if we weren't here. You know? It's almost time. For what? For Look at Me's verdicts. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proved that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Oh crap. Mr. Look at Me has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were going to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his crime, that the other judge there would be angry. And, you know, you'd never see the other judges. Oh, God. Like, it's hard to imagine there being another judge. Like, now I just want to imagine he's just got, like, it's like a Nurse Joy sort of thing from Pokemon. There's just, like, 10 of him. And they take care of all the court proceedings. And you could never tell the difference. Only the bailiff can tell the difference. Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Ha. A bet's only good when your life's on the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path you trust. That voice. It sounds like... Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Huh. So that's your answer, huh? Very well. I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Look at Me to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. October 14th, District Court, Court number 5. Oh, goodness. He's winning for once. Don't take this away from Don't take this away from Payne. You can't do this to him. He's winning. This can't happen. Well, Sir Detective at me. Huh. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective at me. You were the one who... Oh God! Oh God! I think I'm gonna throw up. What is this? What is that? Is that a human? I'm sorry, but is that a human? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? You are not the judge. And no, that beard should not be blonde. What is wrong with you? And you're not even completely bald. This is... Oh God. Is this how people transform into being the judge? That's terrifying. Oh God. That's enough. The court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. The court finds the defendant Look at Me. Wait! I've come here to ruin your trial now! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? My name's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this beard. Good sir, it should not be blonde. God, please don't show that guy's face again, that's terrifying. Look at me. Accusation? You accuse Master Mask. That man is not Master Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? I want to see who he was, who Payne was, who the defendant was here. Oh, we don't get to see it? Oh well. Anyway, that was interesting. That was an interesting experience I never want to go through again. At first I was interested who the other judges were. You know, I think they should have gone with, oh god, I don't know. What was that, man? Oh god. That was disgusting. October 14th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby number 4. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then, she's still alive. Inside your heart. Nicky boy. Oh, Miss Delight. Is it true that Detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. And it's gotta happen sooner rather than later. Alright, courtroom number 6. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Look at me, please take the stand. Well, well, how do you do, sir, lawyer? Oh god, the magnifying glass eyeball thing. I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you the perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Master Mask. I'm sorry, I'm afraid that the great Look at me has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Master Mask. Indeed. It's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Master Mask? Of course. Very well then, look at me. Let us begin with the simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Alright, Mr. Atme. The night of the murder. Speak. We're listening. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. Alright, the alibi. I was stealing the urn as Master Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare, and it was pathetically easy. It was a pathetically easy job. The photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time as the murder. It seems that the main point of this discussion will be the photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all a part of his plan. There has to be a secret to the picture as well. Even the great Mastimus cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. Did you just turn into Franziska for a second there? I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Getting Ernest Mastimus, just as I know so. So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I'm called Mask to Mask. But conveniently, that also means that there's no way to tell who it really is. What do you mean?
Objection!
Oh god, objection. Huh, are you saying that this is not, in fact, Look At Me? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Mask to Mask to create an alibi? Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I really don't think so. If Look At Me was at KB Security during the murder, the Mask to Mask in this picture has to be a fake. Then there really was an accomplice. But right now I have no idea who it is. I don't have any idea right now either. Baseless objections are just what this guy wants. There's gotta be another way, and I'm gonna find it. Okay, I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, correct? Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Huh? Detective Atme was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kinda odd. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. Well, I don't think there's too much he's gonna say on this. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That it is. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection!
He was simply caught by that very camera that he had set up. We all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as a perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad, blue melody. It looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. The time at which the camera captured Mask to Mask was the same time as the murder. Trying to, like, rack my brain on this one. About the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed the picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see. It looks like I better find something else that could be suspicious. So, this alibi is false? It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either mask to mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Yeah, it's one of those, I was stealing the orange and mask to mask just as I announced I would. So it's either him or the photo that's a fake. So this photograph is proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I'm called Mask to Mask. Wait. Did I already press on this one? Oh wait, no, that was just, yeah, never mind. Huh. I'll look at this one in a second. Was that the end of it? Yeah, I totally have read that before. It was pathetically easy job. Okay, yeah, there was only, like a couple statements then. One turned out to be my witness. Yeah, that was the end of it. Okay. I got myself all confused there. Okay, just as I announced I would. Didn't the statement said we had to come back to this later? Photograph, was this the one? Or was it the second one? Pathetically easy job. Was it this one that said that, I'm completely blanking on this, but was this the one that said I need to come back here after I get more evidence or something? So by photograph you mean this piece here? Indeed it is. That is it. Yeah, the thing that proves the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. Surely even you understand by now. Worldly Taylor provided the camera. There's no way that I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed Kane Bullard, unless I had an accomplice. Yeah, I think this has changed now. Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse in this picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? Let me look at it. Would it be... What about the fact that, maybe the fact that the statue moved, like, why would he move the statue if it was him himself? If he was just there to steal the urn. Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place, and there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night, so it would be the statue moving. Very well, then let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny? Then it would be this. The funny part is right here. Why, this. This is a blood stain. Judge, calm down, calm down. You've been playing too much Danganronpa. Blood isn't pink. Come on now. Ah, blood. Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. This stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. Peach colored at that. From blood to peaches. The judge sure loves going on wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is, when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, it turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright? What is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains? Well, that would be the statue of Amy Faye that we saw before. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, That golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains.